Hey, good morning. It's Friday, November 8th, and we're going to try and solve the New York Times crossword puzzle constructed by Evans Clinchy, which is a pretty distinctive name that I do not recognize. So I'm going to say this could be a debut for Evans. 34-day streak, that's pretty neat. We did a live solve yesterday. That also is neat. Not a whole lot to report here. It's been chilly and snowy all week, and looking forward to kind of a warmer weekend. And yeah, not a whole lot to ramble about today. Amazing football game last night. The Ravens and Bengals, 35-34. My goodness. But yeah, mostly we're just here to solve a crossword. So let's do it. Hope your week has gone well, and hope all of your puzzling has been smooth. There is nothing more deceptive than an obvious. I'm going to say that's liar. Is that liar? That's a weird quote. Interesting. I like that though as a 1A. It's going to be an interesting quote that'll be kind of quirky and fun. Jerks. Was this like the action of jerking something, or is this a person who's a jerk? A pot sticker would be cooked in a wok, so that's its vessel. French bread. It's probably the euro. Le euro. Co-star of Netflix's The Umbrella Academy. I've never heard of that. Wax-coated wheel is Edam cheese. Hold up, what? Sitcom that popularized the phrase, "What you talking about, Willis?" Well, that's Different Strokes. Wait a minute. Strokes? Is that not right? What you talking about, Willis? Boy, I'll be honest, I was 100% sure. Let's just feed like a meter. Parent company of Bentley must be Audi. An obvious fart. Pricey flight options, perhaps, are, I don't know, doofuses. So I wonder if we have something going on here, because flight options, so that's going to be like draft beers. A flight of beers. One of the coolest things I ever heard was these guys came into the fancy restaurant I was sitting at the bar at, and they ordered a flight of entrees, and I was like, that's awesome. So it looks like Different Strokes is going to fit in here somewhere. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't spell it wrong, right? Travels all over is tours, like a band. Spoken word performer, blank Scott Heron. Not heard of that person. Big brothers are Big Brothers. Fanaticism. Old Hollywood collectibles. Interesting. I mean, I wanted that to be like cells, like a cartoon cell or something. Like reels? Where to take the high ground. The high ground. Retailer with the tagline, "A life outdoors is a life well lived." That's got to be REI. Makes angry ires. Something watch. I mean, this makes me, if you ever saw the movie Anchorman, this makes me think of Paul Rudd saying, "Panda watch." But I don't think that's it. Allocate, like dole or meet. Bond returns. Well, that's a yield. Oh, but I guess that doesn't help because dole and meet both end with E. Fix as a bow, like retie. So this will be meet out. Oof is to err. Lord of the Flies. I've never read Lord of the Flies. I should probably. Pizza topping is. Seems like this should be pretty obvious. Robin Williams called it a hideous, gaudy place. It may not be the end of the world, per se, but you can certainly see it from there. I've never heard this, but I'm going to say that's probably Las Vegas. Having kinks, say. Like, snarled or like knotted. Earth is probably just an orb. Bump above a belt. Above belt. Like your tummy? Tummy? One working on a long distance relationship. Dessert that, despite its name, is better classified as a pie or tart. Like a crumble. Word with room or bot. Humble requests. Part of a succession plan. Is that like an heir? Maybe. Windows Forerunner. Lowdown man for one. Oof. Man, I was feeling pretty good about this. 5 minutes, like pretty typical first pass here, but a lot of white space down the bottom of this grid. So there is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fade. What is it? Doofuses are. Nothing more deceptive than an obvious. Something funny's going on here, I think. Some underground channels. Those are probably sewers, right? Wasn't just wing it. Is that like nose or plans? Plans? Plots? Settled on. Alit. Parks oneself. Sits. Jerks or spasms. Okay. So it's going to be like plots or plans, I bet. It's going to be wait. So plans. Like, this is. Am I misspelling different? Simultaneous just ruts. Like different definitely has two F's, right? Defer. No. Maybe they just spell it differently in the show? Must be, right? I feel like it's such a moron right now. Let's see. Turn upside down as a Monopoly deed card. That's when you mortgage it. Beyond clean. Constitutional. Eyeball. Is that like ogle? E and G are keys. This looks like wait, really. Constitutional is walk. This must be Elliot Page. Walk. Is it constitutional? I don't know what that means. Paolo Banchero is the 2023 Rookie of the Year. Ariel is the cinematic friend of those things. Big Brothers are Abbots. Nickel ain't worth a dime anymore. That's Yogi Berra, one of the all-time great quippers. Pretty sure I'm going to look up some Yogi Berra quotes after this. Doofuses. Like, what is this? It's like something fools? Fools? Doofuses are tomfools? Like tomfoolery? Beyond clean is sterile. Okay. Sick burns are risque. Is that like racy? Dairy heavy dessert popular throughout Latin America. That's trace leches, which is very rich. Take the high road. A Baltic capital. Is that Riga? Is this a range? High road? Life-changing opportunity is your big break. Oh, and this is binge watch, not panda watch. Big break. Style music with a vihuela and a guitarrón. Mariachi. Oh, basil. It's got to be mariachi, right? Examines closely, like peruses, a word that's often misused. Peruse doesn't mean to glance at, it means to really dig into. Well, who is this? What are the flies? Is Piggy? Sick burns? Okay. Something's wrong here. Word before or after head. One who's on a roll. A roll. Twee. Like many wine barrels. Is that like... Oh, well, this is an outie, like a belly button. And so this is like oaken. Kept up to speed in a way. Like, I'm gonna CC maybe. Working on a long distance relationship. Dream on, like as if, probably. Sure, I'm game, let's. When Macbeth becomes Twain of Cawdor, must be act something, right? Act 1, I suppose, and skinny. Reclined. Reclined. It comes down hard. Psalm and... Oh, so that's être, the French verb. All right, so we're getting there. There's nothing more deceptive than an obvious... Like, there's no word besides fade, right? This is clearly an F. Different. Is that how you spell different? No, there's an E there, right? Like, am I insane? Tom Fools. Oh, craft beers, not draft beers. Duh, and fact. Nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. Okay. Fanaticism is... Fanaticism. Could range be wrong? Take the high road. Ridge. Edgy. Zealotry. There we go. And sick burns are zings and piggy. Cool. Having kinks. Is that like furled? Head, butt, and butt head. Yep. One working on a long distance relationship is... Dessert that, despite its name, is better. So it's something cake. Oh, cheesecake. Cheesecake. Love cheesecake. Word, chat room or chat bot. Humble requests. Windows. Isle of Man. This comes out hard as hail. Okay, we're getting there. Let's see. One who's on a roll. A voter. Voter. And twee. Oh, this is cultural attaché. Cultural attaché. Twee is... Oh, could this be curled? Is it furled? Curled? Twee? Is that like cutely? Let's see. Seed. This is cutesy. Entreaties. And yay! We did it. 1425 for Friday Lab Solve. Like pretty typical. The different strokes thing really screwed me up. Like